Hello guys, thank you for tuning in. Today I wanted to provide a new update on Bitcoin and some altcoins that I have updated. First of all, Bitcoin, we had a very aggressive move up since the start of the week. Here was, where was the Monday pivot here? And on Sunday I said that I'm expecting a move up to these highs and maybe take out this high, and after that look for something new. We can look at something like this right here, but for conforming this range as a proper range we need a proper move down, mitigate this demand, maybe create some point of interest, retrace, break, and this can be our second tap on the higher time frame where we go down, mitigate some more demand, come up, maybe retrace in some supply that created up here, and then come down. This is a playbook that I'm monitoring right here, especially because we are getting so much bullish news. I've seen people drawing trend lines and saying that we are breaking some EMAs and stuff. But what you have to understand here, talking about volume, I posted that on X, that you can see that the volume is decreasing by upwards price movement, and this divergence is something that you have to keep in mind. With the second rule that I have talked about too, where we get structured moves up on the same time frame here on the 18 hours, because this is the time frame where this upwards move is valid with the 6 candle rule. So here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we took out the high once more. Backtest these structured moves into a reversal, and you will see why I'm so confident that we are going to reject either here, maybe a bit higher up. I'm going to talk about USDT in a second, but this is something that you should not underestimate, especially because this is a liquidity game, right? So we are taking the highs, leaving the lows. This is all liquidity, all those people longing right here. And up here, there's no shorts. Are we going to 90K to take out some shorts, some swing shorts with a very high stop loss? Or are we taking all these lows here that are over leveraged, that are hoping for 100K Bitcoin and stuff? You know the answer. And second, what I wanted to say about the volume. So you can see that here this big candle was this green volume spike, and coming up, every time we took out the high, the volume down here, it's decreasing. Here's the next, it's lower. Now we took out this high on this candle, it's lower. Now we took out this candle with this candle, it's lower. So what this could be indicating is that the buying pressure is getting absorbed. That's why the bullish volume, the green volume here, the buying volume, is getting absorbed from the shorts, and the buyers are paying the positions of the market makers that are positioning themselves up here. And the amount of bullish news is insane. You really have to to go in yourself and think about it. What are you feeling right now? Are you feeling FOMO? Are you feeling like, could this really be a breakout that we go up? Study accumulations. Look how this looks. And then we pump up. Here we are leaving the highs, taking the lows. And not the other way around. So really think about it. Think critically. Don't get trapped. Don't long the range high from this distribution, which is forming since 74 days. And we are still at tab 2. This can take way, way longer. We can go down. Some people are calling for a lower high for a lower high for a higher high, or I don't know. Draw some new trend line stuff. But this could be the third tab for the move down. And if you don't get the people exhausted from price, you trap them or you capitulate over the time. So maybe we go down here, consolidate, come up again, and this sell in May, go away stuff, people would call it here, yeah, you don't sell in May, you straight up pump, but what you do is dump into the summer. Sorry for that. And then we consolidate, and maybe this is the bottom, maybe not. We don't have to predict, but look how bottom forms. This is not a bottom. Look, this is a bottom. And I don't point this out because this is the actual bottom, but we are consolidating, and this was a manipulative phase after the FTX dump. But if you look at it, we are kind of accumulating. All the longs were wigged out. Massive position got filled. Accumulation up down here with the 1, 2, and a very high 3. Consolidation, extreme demand mitigation, move up. So yeah, don't get trapped here. The second thing that I wanted to point out is USDT. We have the same POIs as Bitcoin. Same structured move, same exhaustion coming to the downside. And you can see I pointed out this range initially. But you can see how much more of a range this looks. More sideways price action. This is a very narrow tab. Am I expecting a dump from here? No. We have some liquidity here. As I said, we can take out this low, maybe come up, mitigate it, and then move up. We can get an O model here that is a higher time frame tab 2, etc. But what you have to consider is, for example, Bitcoin dominance. So you can see, you likely will know what this is. When Bitcoin moves or outperforms the whole market, this chart moves up. If Bitcoin underperforms, this goes down. So you can see we had an accumulation here, an internal accumulation that can maybe create here a local model. It's confirmed. We tapped the EQ of the range, but we have a higher time frame outlook too, where we could create a higher time frame range here. we don't have to predict. This is very, very high time frame. You really don't have to predict it. We can take out this high, maybe go higher, go lower, etc. So it's very difficult to predict that, because this is the outperformance or underperformance from Bitcoin to the rest of the crypto market. So this is very complicated, but you can see this move up here on Bitcoin, and you can see it on ETH especially. So we took out this, it's the 17th of April. We already took out this high. ETH did not. You see? XRP, 17th of April, it did not take out the high. With did not take out the high. Pip, Doge, Solana, Fatcoin, Sui. So you can see that the move up here on Bitcoin, the altcoins did not budge a little bit. So if they can go higher, and Bitcoin decides to flush, this will go down. Every altcoin will bleed. And this would mean that dominance will spike up even more. So this is a massive accumulation here of 4 months. This can have follow through, and this would mean that if we go down, the rest of the market will bleed even harder than Bitcoin bleeds. Okay? Keep this in mind. And looking at stuff like total, well, it's actually the same as Bitcoin. We can go higher. We have the same point of interest up here. Maybe distribute, maybe create an own range. But this is not a bottom. Speaking of total, look at this is an accumulation. You can see the difference here. And even here it's even more clearer, because we had our 1, 2, well, it's very steep, but kind of an accumulation down here. Look at this. This is not an accumulation. Okay, I don't want to repeat myself, but I have seen so many bullish news that I want to point this out. For me too, because I am analyzing and thinking out loud. So yeah, on ETH, I'm mainly looking at a scenario where we maybe go down. We get a low time frame accumulation that pushes price up, that takes out this high, maybe mitigate this breaker block right here, and then goes down from here. This is the idea. So basically the same playbook as gold, which is playing out, unfortunately, because I did not manage to enter the short. Just a quick trade recap. I traded this, well, who cares? I traded this long here on gold, took profits here. It went up for a third tap, went down. It front ran my point of interest. You can even see my thing here, and now it's coming down. So this can be a very, very nice pivot for a higher time frame accumulation. But this is what I'm looking for, an accumulation into a distribution. So the idea is to risk the profits from the long into the third tap and then short the profits. So this can be a massive position when it plays out. And the good thing is, when you get the accumulation, you can de-risk at the technical target and look how far you can run it. And if you get the break for the confirmation of the high time frame distribution, you can full clip the long, enter the short with the profits of the long, and you get a huge trade here on a macro idea. So as I stated, I'm looking at something like this on XRP. So I want to take out this high. So this, you can see we are still early. We did not even deviate the range a second time. So this needs some more time. And as I said, capitulation can come over time when people are getting bored, or maybe hyped up when we are coming up. You see bullish news about XRP, and then we go down and take out all these lows. And we're massively compressing here. Yeah. On width, I'm mainly looking at two different scenarios. Maybe we get a local model up here. That's a terrible drawing. But maybe we get a local model here that we can short back down, or we take out this high once more and we look for model up here. These are the two main scenarios. But what I have noticed, even in backtesting and from experience, if you SFP a market structure high in this aggressive fashion, you tend to not take out this high and more distribute down here at this point of interest. People the same. I've seen some YouTube videos with people having pullovers on with paper on it and some other bullish news on paper. So this is all a +1 confluence. It's a dirty game, but that's how the game is. Get the people bullish at the top, at the range highs, fill the positions and wreck them again. And when they don't believe that we can move up, that's where the accumulation happens, because we are taking the lows and people are calling for, I don't know what, some trend line shit. And we are breaking these trend lines, and what we are doing is accumulating, and maybe we get a manipulation phase and people are getting out of hope, and then we pump. That's how it goes, not the other way around. We don't pump when everybody is bullish. We pump when everybody is bearish. So on Solana, I was looking at a short from here. If you look my other market update from Sunday, I was looking at this 1, 2, 3 and a retest here, but this is too aggressive, and with the expectation of Bitcoin maybe go higher or EOCT maybe going lower, this can take out this high. This is the exhaustion coming into the range, and then I will trade a short from here. Fartcoin the same. This could be already in a confirmed distribution, but yeah. Sui very early, but you can see this is the 17th of April. Bitcoin already took out this high, and this is not even at the AQ. So you can see the overall weakness in the crypto market compared to Bitcoin. Hype and very nice potential setup that I'm monitoring. Litecoin the same. Tau could. It's still early. I'm looking for distribution for the second tap of this accumulation that can go higher. But yeah, it's still ranging here and still very early. So yeah, this is my overall outlook for the upcoming days. I even think that we could get a nice topping formation here on the 8. So if we, well, this is 4.5 hours, but maybe if we keep this candle like this, maybe take it out once more. Let me draw it clean. Take it out once more and then come down, or maybe just like this, and we get some acceptance back, and then we can draw an actual point of interest for the third tab. So the second tab is established when we get a point of interest for the third tab. These are the rules, and yeah, I am shorting this if I get the right confirmations. It's still early. We have many demand blocks here in the range, so I want mitigation of this first, and these blocks are irrelevant if you see the grand range here. Yeah, thank you for watching. If you want me to chart or to have a look on a coin, write it in the comments. Thank you. Appreciate your attention, and see you in the next video. Bye.